The guy was in a negative headspace. So here's what I want to give to anybody who finds themselves in a similar spot. Okay. Picture that you have a blue button right here at the bottom of your diaphragm, okay? And we call it the blue button because blue is for soothing energy, cooling, whereas red is hot and passionate. So in performance psych, we talk about blue button versus red button responses, and your red button responses are and typing out, projecting, anything that pushes things outwards. The blue button ones are the ones where you're able to internalize and resolve your stress. Everyone is capable of doing that. And the important thing to know, if you get nothing else out of this, is that you have a choice. And so, for example, in this game, Fizz decided to buckle down as a defense mechanism. No, we lose. And as long as it's someone else's fault and I'm not trying, then we lost because I'm not trying and not because I'm not good enough. All right, so that's what's going on as far as the dopamine hit in the brain. So you're basically injecting yourself with that rationalization that comes from cognitive dissonance. That's not what's important. What's important is if you don't like who that is, when you get that way, then you have a choice and you say, I want to be better. And this is how you're going to get better. You're going to take a deep breath. And at the bottom of that deep breath, press down on that blue button and let that energy go to wherever you're feeling hot. So if you're feeling mad, for example, I get like tight here, I get hot here. I can actually take that energy, breathe it to the place where I'm physically feeling what my emotion is. And the best way to kind of find that is, how do you know you're angry? You say you're angry. How do you know you're angry? Well, there's usually a physical tell on your body. Address that spot, breathe air into it. And when you do, that will allow you to resolve your stress. It'll allow you to be at peace with what's it. And you can truly be mindful about what the situation is and say, okay, I'm upset and that's fine. And here's what it is. All right, Heckram's not coming very often. All right, I'll play further back. I'll go for less plays, or I'll look for Vi to not be there. And it truly unlocks a whole nother level of thinking when you take away those moments where you'd be typing at your team, for example. And for me, it does me no service as well to type. But I want to help people, right? So I want to help people learn the things that I've learned so that they can use it for themselves. It definitely makes me play worse to type, right? I'd rather just go there, not talk, not type, just take that deep breath and soothe. And then you just get this clarity of thinking where you can really learn and you can get this exuberant discovery where you make a critical insight based on the game. And then if that triggers enough times, or if it triggers at one key important time, it'll be boom, something that you just get and it becomes part of your arsenal. Whereas when you press those red button responses, you're stymieing your growth. All right. It is forcing you to play worse. It is forcing other people around you to play worse. This is clinically proven. All right. This has just been done many, many times. It's not just you. It's not just me. This is for everyone. There are some very few people, like 3.5% of people, that get better with high emotion. The problem is in a team sport, the other people around you don't. So even if you're mercurial, the people around you are probably going to play worse, and you don't want them to play worse, right? You want to win. So you have to say, all right, how can I do this? Now, I'll give you guys like 5 seconds to turn down your volume. If you're one of those players, like Tom Brady's one of those players, this is how you do it. Let's go! All right, you do something like that, filled with energy, and you get it all out. Hopefully you guys turned on your volume, by the way. I apologize if you didn't get that in. But you do something like that that channels all that energy into a positive mantra. And then it becomes something where your teammates see you as fiery and passionate, and you can bring yourself to that elevated level, getting out the negative energy and then being able to just go in. All right. And it's not some like, I don't know, yoga studio mom psychobabble. Like this stuff 100% works. You see it at the top levels of tennis, like the most isolated sport in the game. Simple tasks like after a point, they just look at their racket strings and they just play with their strings. That what they're doing is resetting their mental. They're making sure that even if they're Rafael Nadal and you're saying vamos, right, and you're getting the crowd pumped, you don't want to be super pumped for the next point. It's too much. Your body can't handle that for hours. All right, you can't handle it for games on end where you play multiple games in a row. You need to bring your body back down and then optimize. Bring yourself up for the point, for the action. Come back down and rest. Go up, because if you're here, picture a car. It's okay to rev the engine to get onto the highway, right? You want to zzz and accelerate. But what happens if you keep your pedal down and you're redlining? It's just like your car can't handle it. And that's the same way with your body. So that's the best analogy I can give you. That's why you want to come back down. You want to come back down to 1500 RPMs and then choose when it's time to accelerate. You're going plenty fast, right? You're on the highway going 70 miles an hour. That's good. And then you say, all right, I need to pass this guy. I'm going to go 80. And you speed up and you make sure that you're engaged for that time. And then when it comes back over, you come back down to 70. All right, so that's the best way that you can handle those situations. I hope you guys help. Thanks for all the support. I'm going to jump into a coaching session now. But if you like the stuff, make sure to like, subscribe. We'll be doing this all the time. Hopefully you guys like that.